Friday, 11th of August, 2023. Hello and welcome to Newspaper Review on TAV TV. And I'm going to be your host for today's episode of Newspaper Review. And joining me to review the headlines making headlines on Nigerian newspapers is Miss Kosi. Miss Kosi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, I'm good.
It's Friday. Any plans?
No plans, but at least for the fact it's Friday and you're not coming to work over the weekend. So I feel I'm okay. At least I need that time to relax and rest.
Yeah, that's right. Thank God it's
Thank
Friday.
God it's Friday.
And so, we'd also like you to engage, follow us on all of our social media handles, like, share, comment, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified whenever we upload any new content on TAV TVs. And in case you are joining us for the first time and you're wondering what we do on Newspaper Review, here we review stories making headlines on Nigerian newspaper. And so, to review, we are going to start off with This Day newspaper. This Day newspaper is leading with the story, Excess liquidity weakens Naira, further at parallel market to 950 Naira to $1. Sub-stories there says, official parallel market gap widened to 169 Naira. CBN resumes OMO auction. IMF, Nigeria's economic policies too loose to support nation's currency. Apex Bank recorded over 103.85 billion Naira profit in 2022. Grab your copy of This Day to find out more of that story on page 5. Still on this day, we have Niger. ECOWAS deploys troops ready for diplomacy, peace. Sub-story there, Nigerian president says initial ultimatum yielded no result. We are ready, declares Nigeria Air Force. Afenifere can, others insist military action is no option. That's on page 5. Still on this daily, we have Tinubu rejoices with doing of accounting. Akintola Williams at 104. Wow, 104. That's a beautiful life expectancy rate. 104.
Wow.
That's wonderful. And on page 5 of this daily, illegal possession of firearms, court fixes August 15 to hear Emefiele's FG's applications. Illegal possession of firearms, court fixes August 15 to hear Emefiele FG's applications. Page 5 captures details of that story. To find out more, ensure you grab your copy of This Day newspaper to find out more. And that's all the stories we'll be taking on This Day newspaper. And to analyze, Ms. Kosi, we move over to page 5. Page 5 centers on Niger. ECOWAS deploys troops ready for diplomacy, peace. Now, it's no longer news that Niger has gone against the ultimatum of ECOWAS.
Exactly.
And in order to respond, ECOWAS held a meeting on Thursday to discuss or to deliberate on the next course of action. And looks like from the meeting, or the outcome of the meeting was not fruitful because
They had to take the means of that deploying of soldiers, right?
soldiers, yes.
Exactly. So to me, I feel that this shouldn't be a wise idea. I don't know if you share the same idea with me.
Of course.
Because there's never been a place where the use of war has ever yielded anything.
Exactly.
You understand? It's always damages upon damages. And if the chairman of the ECOWAS, that's our Nigerian president, our own president Bola Tinubu, if that's what he decides, I feel that's a wrong move. I know. As of it was last week Sunday. Yeah, it was last week Sunday that they actually declared that the ultimatum they gave elapsed, and ever since then, okay, they convened another summit meeting, which was held yesterday, including Thursday,
Yeah,
right?
Thursday, yes.
And most of the African leaders they came, especially West African leaders they
Yes.
came, even Senegal, Sierra Leone, and all that.
Yeah, it's of interest to the West African region.
It's ECOWAS. So the main thing is, I feel a whole lot of groups have been telling them to not to use war
Yeah.
in this type of thing. This should exhaust every diplomatic means before the use of force should be employed. You understand?
yes,
Employed, because
yes.
Niger and Nigeria, they share the same boundary. And
Yes.
most of this boundary, they share, most of the borders are being shared with the northern part of Nigeria.
Yeah.
And, you know, Nigeria, because of the whole, we just came out from pandemic.
Yeah.
And we're trying to recover, only for us to want, we're trying to, okay, only for us to, the naira scarcity, then we came out from there, now fuel subsidy,
Yeah.
a whole lot of pains,
Problems.
anguish among Nigerians. So it has not been very easy on the life of Nigeria, because they say when two elephants, there's a popular saying that when two elephants are fighting, that the ground is the one that suffers it.
Yeah.
And President Bola Tinubu employing this use of war to settle to restore the civilian government in Niger. I feel that's a very wrong move. A whole lot of groups also are telling him, even writing him messages, sending him letters, addressing him that he shouldn't use war in resolving or in restating the civilian government.
But then I guess maybe sorry for cutting you short. President Bola Tinubu is insisting on this move because he's scared for the West African region. Imagine the military taking over across all the West African states. That means democracy will be completely ruled out.
I know his fear, because during that 2011. During the period whereby there was massive military overthrowment or something, that was when Burkina Faso, Mali, that was when the civilian rule was overthrown, and then they reinstated the military rule. But I know if that should happen, other African states would like to, especially Nigeria too. They would like to embark on that. They would like to
employ the same formula
they use, which is at least
it's understandable.
It's understandable, right?
But
still, the use of soldiers shouldn't be used. Do you know? There was a time, during my secondary school my university days, a lecturer of mine told me that the worst civilian rule is actually better than the best military rule, because look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. Yeah, they've been under the military rule for
some time now.
Exactly.
I think 4 years ago.
So. I can't remember, but since 2011, I think so. So, and something happened where a popular radio station, right?
Yeah,
Omega radio station. Okay, they actually invited a guest speaker to who backlashed the activities in Niger. And the next thing that happened was that they had to suspend them, which is wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
That means under the military rule, the freedom of speech is nothing.
Yeah, no
respect for human rights, which I actually don't know why the Nigerians accepted this military rule with all their heart. But some of the articles that I read, they said the reason why they accepted was because of the terrorism going on in that part of the world. And because of that, and the militants, they've been helping to curb the insecurity in Niger and all that.
Okay.
But that, I still don't feel it should be accepting them should be the right thing to do. You understand? Because the freedom of movement there is regulated.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech is regulated.
No, we won't blame them, should we? I mean, the people are looking for a safe space, and finally the militant is giving them that.
It's not about giving them that. Yeah, they might be at the onset, they are enjoying it, but along the long run, you understand? Along the line, you will see that a whole lot of things is tampered. It will be tampered.
Absolutely,
you understand?
very true.
And a whole lot of even the international organizations, they've also tried their best to know if they can restore or reinstate the civilian government, but to no avail. But President Tinubu using the military methods to reinstate the civilian rule, I feel that's a very wrong move from him. Yeah, I heard the reason why they did this was because there was they got a message that if there's military intervention in Niger, that they are actually going to kill Bazoum, that's their former president.
Yes.
So, and that's the reason why they just had to bring out troops on a standby just in case of necessity.
Yeah.
But still, as of day for was the yes, as of Wednesday, the Islamic group, they actually went to pray for the peace restoration in Niger, which I feel is a great thing, because there are times in one's life that you know that no matter what you do, you just need the higher power to just save you, or to resolve this whole thing. And I feel I really applaud them in that. It shows that they actually want peace, because they know once this thing happens, they are the ones to bear the consequences. Because you know, like Katsina now shares border with Niger. Even Jigawa.
They are very close. They are connected.
They are connected. Even Yobe. So I feel they don't want, for them not to want that war is understandable. And to me, I don't want it. I really don't want it. They should, to me, my own opinion is that, firstly, if they should make use of diplomacy in terms of sending religious leaders. I don't know if you get me. Sending religious leaders to Niger to talk with, to do some peace talk. You understand? They should also assure the people of Nigeria that they actually going to, even if they should reinstate the present civilian president, that their mandate or their interests will be handled. But I know all these things are not easy. You understand? It's not easy, because even in terms of Nigeria, you see how many politicians how politicians will come make some promises, and once they enter into power, nothing is being kept, or the promises is nothing. You understand? So I still feel that they should exhaust every diplomatic means before making use of war as a strategy to reinstate the former president, that's President Bazoum.
Yes, that's very true. Every single method should be strategically deployed to ensure that peaceful resolutions will be adopted. And this goes to ECOWAS, the federal government of Nigeria. Let us all embrace diplomacy. That's the best way possible, because you know, peace and stability actually requires collective responsibility. It is a collective duty, and it's something that we must all do if we want to achieve peace. And it's only when there is peace, development will strive.
Also, please put the interests of Nigerians at heart while doing or implementing all these policies.
Because war actually requires a lot of monetary
we are the ones to suffer it.
We
are the ones. These people, they can just leave, they can travel out of the country, but we are the ones that are going to be here to suffer whatever
effects of everything.
So
especially in the monetary aspect, since we just removed subsidy, since we just generated
and
income
even
from
the naira that
subsidy.
we're even talking about, the naira now is, as of today, is 950.
$9.50. So you can imagine the effect will reflect negatively, socially, economically, and politically. So let's just embrace diplomacy, and so it will yield positive result for everyone involved, every stakeholder involved in this conflict, in this crisis rather. And so moving on to the next newspaper for review, that will be the Daily Trust. And the Daily Trust is leading with a story on page 19. Niger owes Nigeria 4 billion naira for power supply. NERC. Niger owes Nigeria 4 billion naira for power supply. And on page 11, we have 21 killed as gunmen attack Plateau community. 21 killed as gunmen attack Plateau community. On page 26, we have ASU knocks FG over dissolution of universities governing councils. ASU knocks FG over dissolution of universities governing councils. Page 26 of Daily Trust captures that story. Grab your copy of the Daily Trust to find out more. And still on Daily Trust, Nigerians kick as ECOWAS orders deployment of troops. Sub-stories there says, force threat must be withdrawn. Jega, Agwai, and others says, it's about collaboration and unity, says Tinubu. We will be at the receiving end, ESPACT warns the federal government. Bazoum will be killed if we attack military rulers. That's on page 4 of Daily Trust. And on page 10, we have Tribunal sacks Kano NNPP rep over certificate forgery. Certificate forgery. This
It's not a
story
new thing
keeps.
in Nigeria.
It's not at
a
all.
new thing. Just that this person happened to be caught, I feel. So it's not a new thing. Even there was a time they were saying that that was it Tinubu, yeah? It was
Yeah.
Buhari period that he forged his WAEC results. That he had DD or something like that, that he forged it. So it's not as if it's a new thing in Nigeria.
It's
Just that
nothing
this
new.
person is
Was
quite
unfortunate.
unfortunate
All
to
right.
be caught in the
True.
whole saga.
Still on the Daily Trust, on page 20, hike in interest rates, Hudson Economy Institute tells CBN. On page 16, Kano woman sues boyfriend for dumping her after spending 9 million on him. That's actually very, very, very funny.
Disheartening. No, because you can't tell me just because someone actually spent on you, because that's, if you, to show that you love someone, you have to spend, like, you need to show evidence.
Yes,
You
but
understand?
she spent so much.
She
I mean,
spends
given
so
this
much.
economy.
It's not her fault. Some people, at times, she might even be under sham or something.
Okay.
I don't know. You can just reason it from that aspect.
Okay, not love, not a love charm, right?
At times it might be just like maybe she was being like shamed or something like that. So
Well,
I won't blame her. I'm just sorry for her that she loved the wrong person.
yeah, she loved the wrong person. And so you want to find out more of that story, grab your copy of the Daily Trust and check out page 16 of the Daily Trust. And that's all the issues we'll be taking on the Daily Trust. And to dissect, we are going to go over to page 10. Tribunal sacks Kano NNPP rep over certificate forgery. Ms. Kosi, what's your take on this particular story?
As I earlier said, that this is not like a new news, because this is something we normally see, like day in, day out. It's like an anthem, Nigerian anthem now.
Yeah, Nigerian anthem.
It's Nigerian anthem that once you come in, even there was a time they even accused that's the current governor of Enugu State, that's
Okay.
Peter Mba, that he forged his NYSC certificate. And though he was able to present some evidence beyond reasonable doubt that he didn't forge it, but not just him, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of politicians that have been in power,
Yeah.
that they've accused of forging. And actually it's true that, even during the time of President Buhari, even then they are saying that he forged his results.
Yes.
Which has been, it's not as if it's a new thing in Nigeria. And it still leads me to say, is the education sector
Yeah.
still accountable? Like,
Yeah,
is there
it's true.
accountable?
That's one big question to ask.
Exactly. So to me, I feel that they should do better. This education sector should do better, because trying to cover up, because once at times these politicians, they just bribe them.
Yes.
They'll give them the certificate. You don't. Someone was like saying that, okay, I was having a conversation with someone. Someone was like that he doesn't need any certificate from Nigeria, that as long as he has the money, he can buy it.
Oh my God.
Just for you to see the mentality Nigerians have. You
Educational
understand?
sector
That you
has-
just have to, that these days now, that the education is not the key. That education is not the key.
Yeah, there's this
that
slang they say education as school as scam.
school na scam.
So why do you have to
Exactly.
pay money to get the certification?
Someone was like, okay, I actually saw it on Facebook. Is it online? I saw it online where someone said that that the person, him and his cousin actually entered school the same time. His
Okay.
cousin didn't enter. He entered, let me say, the same year, while his cousin went to learn some manual skills and all that. That now he came out looking for a job, but the cousin is already a boss of his own,
Wow.
making it, and now he has to go back to learn it from his cousin. For you to see the clear difference, like the imagine coming out from school, you are not employed, you don't even see any job, unless there's some famous thing that if you have the connection, so that your certificate doesn't qualify
matter.
you, it doesn't matter. You understand? So, and if you look at it, it's true. It doesn't matter. That means all the years of studying, going to night class, we the bookwormers, bookworms will just be reading under, at times with dim light, just for you to be successful, only for you to come out and they are telling you that if you don't know a certain person, that you can't be taken, or if you don't pay, or if you don't, some people will be like, if you don't, it's either in cash or in kind, which is wrong.
So should we discourage, with what you have said now, should we
So what I'm
discourage,
saying that,
should we discourage midnight studying? Should we discourage
I'm not
diligence,
saying,
taking
I'm
so
just
much
saying
time
that
and
the
effort
government
to?
should look into it, at least to help the citizens to give them that assurance that even though you are studying, just know that there is better job out there for you.
Yeah.
You understand? And in terms of this forgery, you won't blame him. Maybe during those times, they are telling him that school na scam.
Yeah.
You understand? You understand? So, and he maybe is one of the people that feel that as long as you have the money, you can buy your certificate, which is rampant in Nigeria. Yeah. So I feel for him, because owing to the country we are in, it's not a country that doesn't take anything papers serious. Just go after your studies, go outside if you are opportunity to leave the country to study or to further more. They don't need it. They don't need your certificate.
No, they don't. They just
even in terms of health sectors, you have to study. Then you have to pass a certain exam before you even be considered.
Yeah.
So for you to see how useless Nigerian certificate is, why would they trust you? Whereas ASU, because I remember then when I was in school, ASU would go on strike for 4 years. I mean, not 4 years,
2 years, one
8
and
months.
Something, oh yeah.
8 months we are home doing nothing. Others, some students in private schools, they are studying, whereas we are at home and just coming back to resuming school, only for us. I did 300 and 400 semester within 4 months. You see? Okay, within 8 months, 300 and 400 within 8 months. Yeah. Something that's supposed to take 2 years. You understand? Yeah. So for you to see, and then all you have to do is just to be cramming and all that. So to me, I feel that the government should look into the education sector.
Yeah. The education sector needs to be restructured in such a way that it will favor every single citizen Nigerian who intends to embark on the academic pursuit.
And give them that right assurance that even if after your whole struggle in school, that if you come out, you see a job, not the one you come out with first class, second class upper, only for you to be roaming around the streets. Even the people, you see people that came out with 10th class or even 10th for coming certificate will even be much better than you.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we are advocating that the government should look into the educational sector. They should restructure it in such a way that it will be beneficial to every individual who wants to go into that path. And in restructuring, let us go beyond theoretical, lessons and, knowledge that we're impacting. We should be more vocational, that's very, very impactful, the skills part. So let's look into that. But regardless of all of that, I think I want to applaud the tribunal for what it has done with this Kano, with the reps, what's his name again, NNPC rep, and what has been done to him. I think it's a good development.
Exactly. It's a lesson to others.
Yes, it will help reduce the negative trend about the educational sector. And so that's that. So that brings us to the end of the first section of the newspaper review. We are going to go for a short break. When we come back, we'll move on to the final review. But don't go anywhere.
Hey there. Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back, and you're still watching Newspaper Review on TAF TV. And to move over to the final review for today, we are going to review the Vanguard newspaper. The Vanguard is leading with the story on page 19. Nigeria's oil production declines 13.6% to 1.08 mbpd. That's on page 19. On page 11, Southeast governors, reps, Army move against insecurity. On page 20, why Naira is depreciating. And on page 8, job racketeering, reps panel orders arrest of ex-EFCC staff. On page 6, we have 21 killed in fresh attacks on 2 Plateau communities. Still on the Vanguard, Niger, ECOWAS orders deployment of standby force. Niger ECOWAS orders deployment of standby force. Page 5 captures details of that story. You want to find out more, grab your copy of Vanguard to check out that story on page 5. Still on the Vanguard, we have defection. APC NWC to welcome Edo Deputy Governor next week. APC NWC to welcome Edo Deputy Governor next week. And on page 12, we have APC decries escalation of banditry in Zamfara. APC decries escalation of banditry in Zamfara. Next, on page 12, Tribunal sacks Kano NNPP rep member over certificate forgery. And that's all the stories would be taken on the Vanguard newspaper for today. And to analyze, we are moving over to page 6. 21 killed in fresh attacks on 2 Plateau communities. Ms. Kosi, this is a question, a story revolving around insecurity. And insecurity has always been a major issue, a challenge for Nigeria for a long time now. And the federal government has promised us on consecutive occasions that it's looking into it. And the thing is that nothing is happening because people keep dying on a daily basis. So,
imagine in a place, just in a state, into community, right, that 21 persons are killed and nothing is being done about it. It's really crazy. And to think that that particular side, Magoon, and I can't remember the other community.
Okay.
However, a whole lot of insecurity has been, a whole lot of killing actually has been done there, and still the governor of Plateau State has not done anything, which leads me to say how competent is the security sector of Nigeria. A lot of governments, once they enter into power, they'll promise you that to curb insecurity and all that, but it's as if as they enter, those manifestos, they don't even realize it again. They don't even look into it, because this security in Nigeria has been a topic of discussion among all Nigerians. Imagine a place where you are not even safe. You can't come out. You are scared of being attacked or even killed. A country that doesn't consider the life of the citizen.
Yeah.
You understand? In America, an attack on one American is an attack on all. You understand? I feel that the government should provide a sophisticated weapons to the security sectors. These are the place they're supposed to be spending their money on.
Yeah, and now that brings with what you said, that brings me to the question of Nigerians or the federal government wanting to send troops to Niger to resolve conflicts when we are still yet to handle our own insecurity issues in our own country.
It's irony because your house is on fire. You are going outside to help your neighbor.
Even the Bible says it.
You need to help yourself before helping other people.
Remove the needle from your eye before you think of removing the one from another person's
people's eye. Yeah. So for me, I feel that they say they are deploying over 6,000
or 7,000 military
whereas
personnel.
in Nigeria we are suffering. Insecurity is on the increase, and still nothing is being done. Nigerians are being killed. They are being butchered like they are nothing. They are killing chickens, which is wrong.
Yeah.
The lives of Nigerians it's not even a matter of interest to the government, which is wrong. The reason why they are there is for them to put the interest of the citizen first, especially in a country where the security is not, where the security of the citizen are not being assured. You're on your own.
Yeah.
Whatever happened, you are on your own. Nobody. Absolutely. These are even the ones, just like these ones made it through to the paper. Do you know what has been happening? True. How thousands of Nigerians die daily in their own country.
Yeah.
They are being killed. They are being some raped, some kidnapped.
Yeah.
So to me, I feel that the government should do something about this insecurity instead of deploying troops to other countries to help them. They should look inward to our own country. They should look and see how Nigerians are suffering. Yeah. As of 20 years ago, this show of insecurity, it wasn't as much as the thing is now. It's as if as once new government comes in, we realize we start missing the old ones, which the old government, which we feel has been nothing but a nuisance to us. But imagine you missing what you didn't even, you are clamoring for them to leave, just for you to come to another government, for you to realize how good the other ones are, which is wrong.
Yeah,
It doesn't show development in a country.
It doesn't.
So to me, I feel government should please look inward into the security, because once there is life, there is hope. Once the country is safe, every other thing falls into place.
Yeah, thank you so much for that wonderful contribution. And that's right, security is key to development. Insecurity is key to chaos, to death, to all manner of negative socioeconomic impact on the development of any country. And so the federal government, let us look inward. Let us look inward. Let us use all of those resources that we have, deploy them to make sure that, you know, the spaces in Nigeria is safe for Nigerians to thrive, instead of going outside to go and play Big Brother Africa to resolve issues in Niger, when we should be, you know, utilizing all of that resources here, because war actually takes a lot of money. So the money we have generated from subsidy, the money we have generated from other ventures we have engaged in, I would suggest that we use them, we deploy them to ensure that we bring peace, security in our country, to create a better nation for every Nigerian. And so, Ms. Kosi, thank you so much for coming on this episode of Newspaper Review. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad to be it with you.
All right. So that brings us to the end of Newspaper Review today. And please, we'd love for you to engage. Follow us on all of our social media handles. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get notified whenever we upload any new content. I am Auhe Iwesi Jojina, your host for today's episode of Newspaper Review. And until we come your way again next time with another exciting episode of Newspaper Review, bye for now.